like Canberra, it's cold in winter. But
I was going to ask you about that. How was that for you?
Well, Canberra's cold. I grew up at home, and we had the house. In fact, we had louvers on. The boys always had out on the veranda. You see, the girls had a bedroom inside the house where it was a bit warmer. But I remember waking up and we had a double decker bunks, and I could reach out and feel the frost on the inside of the louvers. That was the sort of thing. Yeah. Back then, cold was cold.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And tell me about your faith journey. Have you always been a Christian?
Yes, it's one in terms of a family. While we lived outside, it was we travelled into church into Canberra on Sundays.
Always been, which denomination was it?
Well, that was Presbyterian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's St Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Canberra. Mum's family was very strong Presbyterian. My grandfather was the session clerk for years, and was so for us Sunday was as much a family affair because we caught up with cousins and aunts and uncles at church. But being so far out of town, being able to participate in other church activities such as PFA and so forth, that wasn't on because we were too far out.
Sorry, forgive my ignorance.
PFA, Presbyterian Fellowship Association, that was for young people.
Oh, okay, the fun part.
The fun part,
back then.
Yeah, so we didn't join in that. But when I went to school at Bathurst, that was a Presbyterian school, boarding school. So we were back into regular boys' school religion, church.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
But there's a couple of interesting things there. The chaplain was a very, very good person. He was also our economics master. But every year he would give us a series of sermons based on the school's motto. And I've always felt that motto is one of the guiding points of, if you like, of my life, because it was taken from to be Chaucer's Knight, or Chaucer's Knight.
Right.
And his motto was truth and honour, freedom and courtesy. And the school badge at that stage had it spelled out in Old English.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so to have every year 4 sermons exploring those key issues was something that's always stood in my mind.
Yeah. So your faith has always been strong, or has it?
No, it's gone up and down.
Like everybody, or most.
Yeah, well, because at various times of growing up with kids, we tended to go away. But the time I was overseas, there was about probably 9 years where we were overseas. I mentioned Rome, but we had 3 years there. Then we had, and coming back, we had 3 months in Belgrade at that stage, which was Yugoslavia.
Okay.
And then back in Canberra for a year or so, and then up to Korea for nearly 3 years. So in all of that time,
which part of Korea?
South Korea.
Good.
Yeah. in Seoul.
Yeah.
In Rome we did get along not regularly, but from time to time with to the Rome Methodist Church.
Oh yeah.
Which was in Trastevere, which is the old part of Rome, and just across the river from the Tiber from the Vatican. So it was an interesting.
That would have been very interesting.
Yeah, that was English language, so we didn't have to worry too much about that. But Christopher was born over there, so he was christened in that church.
So he's a Roman citizen?
No, he's not. He's not.
He's not?
No.
Okay.
No, he was registered in the Australian Embassy's Register of Births.
Oh, okay.
And we distinctly made sure that he was not registered to have Italian citizenship.
Okay.
Because at that stage, if you ever travelled into Europe, you'd be grabbed for 2 years military service.
good reason to do that. And I'm sure he thanks you for that.
Yeah.
And in terms of where have you seen God working most in your life, David?
Yeah, I guess it's more recent when we came in more recently in Queensland. I came into Noosa in 2006. We ran the post office in Noosa village. We had some good neighbours, the Greys, who we knew came down to the church here.
Okay.
But running the post office meant that weekends were a bit precious, and Sunday was a sleep-in time. So we came down from time to time. But I guess it was my involvement mostly has picked up once we retired, and we've become much more active in this church. So, and that's been good. Trish has had 1 or 2 episodes which we've found the fellowship spirit within the congregation to be very, very supportive and welcoming.
Yeah, it's one thing that I noticed. I think I said it to the other day that the care and friendship that this both congregations, here and Sunrise, show is a real strength. So, what do you like most about what you do in terms of being active in this congregation?
I guess helping the congregation through the property work has been good. Knowing that you're helping the church to actually exist, move on. You're providing time to deal with some of the routine parts of running a church. That's been rewarding. It's also been a bit of a challenge over the last year with dealing with COVID requirements, because it's also highlighted that the church can be a bureaucracy.
Okay.
And within that, sometimes trying to, if you like, find God in all that can be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, but you did, which is great. And
I'm
you,
still here. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I like to. I try to be think of it in the past, but it is still there, isn't it? It is still there. You did a great job.
It's a challenge, and it's something which one works through. I think in terms of spiritual development, one of the key things was Neil getting me to, or inviting me in to do an Emmaus walk.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That was a weekend of quite intense study and working with other people.
When was that?
That was last year.
Yeah, great. And did you do that by yourself, or?
Well, I was the only one from this congregation, but we had a group of about 15, they called 15 pilgrims. Yeah, okay. And it was there was a supporting cast of nearly the same number of the spiritual development and leadership, and hearing the stories of other people's spiritual journeys and trials and tribulations was really quite humbling, because it showed that other people have had often greater problems than what you might have experienced and thought was serious, and the way in which they've dealt with that and carried forward, and then were happy enough to share their experiences. I found that was amazing.
Absolutely. So it helps you put things into perspective in your own life, doesn't it? And give you hope.
And it also helps, it strengthens. It strengthens the religious experience, the faith in God. And the pathways.
That's excellent. And so, apart from caravanning, what do you and Tricia enjoy doing?
Well, certainly we enjoy the garden and doing things at home. We also, both of us, are members of one of the Probus groups in Taunton.
What's that, sorry?
Probus. It's part of it's an offshoot of Rotary, and it's a group of retired people
Okay.
who want fun, fellowship, and there's 3 F's, but basically fun and fellowship, and
Yeah.
it organises activities.
Okay.
We're doing the membership activities, membership offices at this stage. Trish is also very keen on pottery and art, and she's quite capable in that area.
Has she drawn a picture of you?
She actually has, some time ago.
You might have to come in and bring that in and show the congregation one time. Eh?
No, fortunately, it's not here.
Yeah.
But no, and I'm also I also work for the Coast Guard. So
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So you go out on those boats and that?
No, I don't go on the boats. I work on the radio.
Okay.
And at this stage, usually one night a week I'll go down and man it overnight, because it operates 24/7. And as summer comes on and the sun gets up early, people go out fishing from any time from about 4 a.m. onwards. So,
And you said you liked your sleep-ins.
yeah, we valued that.
Yeah. Look, we'll have to wrap it up there. I could talk to you for a few sessions, but I just wanted to thank you on behalf of the congregation for all the work that you've done for the church over the years and of late, obviously with the COVID crisis, with the other people like Neil and Jenny and who else was there,
Well, you've got people from Sunrise as well that have come in. But it was interesting with Neil and Jenny. They've been a great strength to help the congregation through the last 6 or 8 months.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we pray that they continue to do that, and pray that you continue to do that with God's strength on your side. So so you're a true blessing to this church, David, and we bless you for everything.
Thank you, James. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And thanks all, and we'll catch up with you in 2 weeks' time. We're in recess next week with the Wave Chat, but we look forward to seeing you on Sunday at the respective congregations. God bless.